Welcome back. Local arts and cultural groups are getting more support to refine their craft under a new arts residency scheme by the Singapore Chinese Cultural Centre. Those taking part can enjoy affordable venues for rehearsals and performances from next month. They will also present an annual production as part of obligations. The residency will run for 3 years and can be extended. And for more, we are joined by Alvin Tan, CEO of the Singapore Chinese Cultural Centre, and Dr Tan Qing Lun, Artistic Director of Reverberance, a wind percussion ensemble that has been selected as an arts resident. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so Mr. Tan, let's start with you. Why is the SCCC introducing this residency now, and what does this mean for emerging arts in the country?
We felt that it was timely to introduce a new arts residency scheme because it meets one of the most pressing needs faced by the sector, and that's affordable office space. And we felt that, the emerging arts group would feel this even more acutely. So with the new scheme, we hope to lessen the financial burdens of this emerging arts group and so that they could focus on honing their craft. And with our new arts residents, what they can expect would be affordable office space. They could also gain access to SCCC's facilities for their rehearsals, for their performances. We will also be lending them marketing support for all their programs and performances. And we will also be working with them quite closely to develop their capabilities in core areas like fundraising, audience development, marketing, and corporate governance.
All the efforts to help them refine their craft, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Tan, Reverberance, congratulations for being selected.
Thank you.
First of all, share with us more about Reverberance and Singapore's Chinese wind percussion tradition. Sounds very interesting.
Yes, Reverberance is a very young arts group. We are celebrating our 7th year this year. And talking about Chinese wind percussion, right, we have the wind section of the Di, Zi, Sheng, and Suona, and of course, the Chinese instruments. So this genre of music is kind of a traditional music from China, where most of this music are performed in the street and also outdoor. But in Singapore, we are practicing this traditional art form, but at the same time, we are bringing these performances into the concert hall. So right here at the SCCC, we have actually curated many exciting programs. And over the last 6 years, we are also performing regularly at SCCC already.
Apart from bringing the performances indoors, how do you balance preserving the art form with modernizing your performance?
Yes. So talking about preserving it, right, we have to continue practicing our craft, and embracing what we originally have in China, right, and also like a Chinese culture. But in Singapore, we are expanding by commissioning a lot of Singapore composers to write music, especially for us, and also a lot of context based on the Singapore theme.
Right. And Mr. Tan, apart from Reverberance, the other two arts and cultural groups selected for the arts residency scheme are Tampines Arts Troupe and Drum Thing.
Yes.
Tell us, why were these three groups selected?
So when we issued an open call for applications in January last year, we received about 14 applications, out of which 6 were further shortlisted for interviews. And we really looked at their trio work plan. We looked at their track record, and we also looked at whether they possess sound management capabilities. So based on the result of the interview, the 3 teams were shortlisted.
Dr. Tan, what are some challenges that groups like yours face, and how will the residency scheme help support you guys?
So talking about Chinese wind percussion, we are actually quite loud, right? Because it's meant for outdoor at the streets, right? So having ourselves to be based at SCCC, it give us the space, to practice our craft, and really saying that we have been doing a lot of concerts. So we have a lot of these instruments. So in the past, we have to travel with these instruments to the space, and now we are just taking the lift directly down.
How convenient.
Yeah, so how convenient is that? Yes.
Okay, so besides the residency, SCCC has also renewed venue partnership agreements with 8 visual art societies. How does this align with SCCC's goal to, grow the visual art scene here in Singapore?
Well, the venue partnership agreements with the 8 visual art societies are actually part of SCCC's ongoing effort to support and to grow the visual arts scene in Singapore. And how we do that is through agreements that span a 3-year period from 2025, 26 to 27. So we assure these visual arts societies of sponsored venues for their annual exhibitions, so that these visual arts societies no longer have to worry about, like looking for suitable exhibition venues, about having to pay, to use these venues. So they are sponsored, and they are, like sponsored over a 3-year period. So in fact, these visual arts society could also start planning in the long term. They could plan for exhibitions in 25, 26, and 27. Yeah.
How else do you think we can develop Singapore's arts and cultural groups domestically and perhaps even internationally as well?
Right. On our part, SCCC provides venue sponsorship, marketing support, capability development opportunities. We also actually commission new works by these arts and cultural groups, and then we showcase these works at platforms such as our annual cultural extravaganza and, our festivals. But I think everybody could do their part, by attending exhibitions, by purchasing tickets to performances by our local arts group, especially come September this year when they could use their Cultural Pass credits.
Yeah,
they could
it's very timely, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They could also harness the power of social media to help promote the offerings by our local groups, so to help them reach out to a wider audience.
And this residency scheme, it will run for 3 years and can be extended depending on their performances.
Yes.
What are Reverberance's long-term goals, and what can the audience expect to see from you and your team, Dr. Tan?
Yeah, so recently we have actually started a youth group, right? And from this youth group, we hope to harness and attract more like-minded people to practice the craft of Chinese wind percussion, and at the same time go on this journey to find about the Singapore sound with these instruments. So over at SCCC, we have this 3-year plan, right? And I plan for a festival in our 3rd year. So it's something that we are looking forward to and planning right at the end, where we'll be attracting a lot of wind percussions from all around the world to come and celebrate this music in Singapore with us.
All right, interesting times ahead. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Alvin Tan, CEO of the Singapore Chinese Cultural Centre, and Dr. Tan Qing Lun, Artistic Director of Reverberance.